in order for it to be effective to have a backlink to you. There's a lot of blogs that don't want you to have backlinks and all those type of stuff because they're trying to promote themselves and not you.
So
that said, there are those that do allow it. If they allow it, hey, take advantage of it.
Right. So you need to be aware of what the bloggers' rules are, basically.
Well, yeah, you try to put a link in, you'll know immediately because it'll come up with it.
Yeah, because I have seen people out there spamming like that, just constantly.
Absolutely.
I see it especially in the comments where they're just posting something has nothing to do with the post itself, and they're taking you off to try to sell their next tchotchke or whatever. So definitely be careful on that, and build a relationship with the blogger, and that's going to be beneficial for you too. You may even be invited to be a guest blogger.
Absolutely,
so you never know.
A blog is still part of the larger subject of conversation marketing. Influence marketing.
Yes.
And you got to remember that. It's really important, especially if you're commenting. But even if you're putting a blog out there, you're trying to influence people into a certain thought pattern. I'm not talking about negative influence here. I'm just talking about influence. Or you're trying to explain something to them.
Well, we're down to just under almost 3 minutes here, but I want to just really touch on briefly about local search. Is that important? I mean, how do you use that?
Absolutely. I mean, for those of us that have a locally oriented business, doing local search is fantastic. And, you can go into Google My Small Business, and there's lots that you can do within that realm that your site may not ever necessarily be able to mount enough traffic and stuff to be in the top of a search engine. But for small businesses, go to and use the Google My Business and fill out the information there. And in local searches, that will give you a major leg up on what's happening.
And I was going to say, and that's all done through your Gmail account.
Correct.
And it actually
see how they're pulling everything together.
Most definitely. And I remember years ago, again, and I was in the beta testing when they first started Google Plus, and it was writing articles on that, and which was Google trying to create a Facebook for their Google audience.
Yes.
And it's still there, but what's happening now when you actually create your Google My Business page, it actually creates your Google Plus. And yes, you can go ahead and put postings on that to have conversation on and everything. But a local business search is such a key because I hear from so many individuals saying, I don't need to have an online presence because my business is here locally.
Absolutely incorrect. You've got to come up in local searches some way, somehow. Like I said, you have Google AdWords, you have Facebook ads, you have Yahoo, you have Bing, you have all these things, but somehow you have to get traffic. Once you get traffic coming to your site, things become a whole lot easier to put together. Well, but getting that initial thing going, it's a dogfight.
Well, precisely. And I always tell people, well, think of your own behavior. When you go out, or maybe you're out and about and you want to stop and eat somewhere, what do? You pull out your smartphone and you start looking for something.
What's close to me? Oops, that's Google doing Google location.
What if they're not online? What if that restaurant has no web presence at all? They're not going to be found, and you might just get driven past.
Absolutely.
So again, well, gosh, Richard, that was a fast 50 minutes.
It was.
Well, I know how much you love.
Hopefully we provided some good information and good thought for some people out there. That's the whole purpose.
And I thank you because I learned a few things today too. And as I said, I'm going to need you to sit down with me as we update our website because I know that I have not been doing things properly. So I will be changing some things as well. But I just want to thank you for sharing your expertise today with our listening audience. And
My pleasure.
We'll make sure all the some of the information we shared today is up there on our Social Radio Show page on Facebook, as well as the link to the podcast so you can listen again or share it with others that you feel would benefit from this podcast as well. Because again, it's great information and overwhelming. But with that,
wow.
Wow. Just want to invite everyone to make sure you connect with us here on Wednesdays at 12 noon Eastern Time on the Social Radio Show page, and have a conversation with us on our Facebook page and let us know how we can best serve you.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure being here today with everybody, and make it a great social week.